I'm your host, Jahze Yvette, and this is Too Many Opinions. I'm sitting with Mouse Jones and Katherine Nunez, and this is I Got My Own Shit, but Big Daddy pays for everything.
Men should pay all the bills, even from day one.
I like this.
From day one. You have to remember what type of presentation are you presenting to a woman, you know? Hey, I'm this dude that wants you to come in the situation and you do you and I do me. What's the point of being with somebody? You should do this literally on date number one, right? Cool. Oh, you got a car note. Okay, cool. This and that. Have your own before you start dating. That way when you meet a young lady, it's immediately like, hey, I'm gonna take care of this. It's not you being paymaster. It's you saying, you're with me, you are with me. You're not with him no more. Now imagine if you take over and you say, no, I got this. That lets that woman know that you are not playing any games and you are serious about getting it with her. What I hate the most is paying half the rent. Because even some ladies say, no, I agree, I'm supposed to split half the rent. That's because you never met a real man, boo-boo.
Yes.
If you would have met a real man, he would never let you pay all the bills.
So my first question to you guys, is a man's job to take care of everything if they're in a relationship? Is it their job?
I just want to say for the record, I'm not a real man, so don't apply nothing he said to me. I'm not a real man.
So I'm saying, do real men, they take care of everything? What is your view on that?
Hey man, that nigga said some bullshit. That nigga said some shit because he want his DMs to get lit. But I mean, yes, if you are able to do it, if you are able to take care of it, sure, why not? But I'm a firm believer in your relationship is your relationship. Y'all gotta do whatever work for y'all. I'm not in y'all bank account.
Right.
So, but I am a firm believer. I 1000% believe if you as a man are in a position to take care of everything, do that. But it should just be
off the first date though?
Nah, I said in a relationship. off the first date. Let me tell you. That nigga said some bullshit. All right, look. On the first date, you should not do none of that dumb shit that nigga said. On the first, he's not doing that. Let's get it clear. That nigga, I'm looking at him. He got dreads, but he got a fade on the side. It's weird. He's not doing that shit. I'm telling you right now. No man's doing that really want to be with you. Right?
So that's not a real man to you.
I'm not. That you paying a bill or not paying a bill is not an indicator of being a real man. So there's that. So I don't know to say if this nigga a real man or not. I don't know nothing about him.
But that doesn't define a real man to you.
Hell no.
What about to you? What about you?
No, I think like on the first date, I mean, if a man does that and he's able to, like he said, then great. But it doesn't define you because, you know, you could have a lot of money and still be a cornball. You know what I mean?
Very much so.
So I
like him.
you know what I mean? So I'm not saying that he's a cornball. Like whatever works in their relationship, great. I have yet to meet a man that is going to pay somebody's bills on the first date. Maybe in a couple months after he gets to know you and you're like, you guys are getting to know each other and he's understanding some of the things that you got going on in your life and he wants to help.
Right.
I can understand that. Somebody who wants to help his girl get to the next level.
Right.
Yeah. Elevate your girl, do that, but don't be stupid on the first
date. But that doesn't
day.
define if a man is a real man to you. If they don't.
I think that's a control tactic.
That's a control
Yeah.
tactic.
That's a control tactic. The way, especially the way he said it. He was like, cause then when you come in, you pay. What's this? I'm gonna take care of this. You just gonna start paying bills. You don't even know if you like this bitch.
Very true.
Like you don't know if she snores. You don't know this bitch middle name, but you want to start paying her bills. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you as a man, you're insecure. The only thing you have control over, or that seemingly you feel like you have control over, is the money. Therefore, you cut half of it, especially all these relationship talks, all this leads back to money, $200 dates, all this bullshit. So obviously, yeah, from a tactical standpoint, if we're talking about
how to get her
a win in war,
right?
Yeah, that's smart, right? You take the lesser paid person, you take all their accountability and responsibility away. So now that they're completely dependent on you.
Yep.
And
that's a control tactic.
Yeah.
So I want to go to IamKaylee_Marie. She said, I agree. And that is what I experienced with my ex-husband. Did I require it? No. But he did it out the gate to prove to me he was serious about making me his wife. And he did it with the whole 15 years of our relationship. It wasn't what I wanted and was looking for, but these men will do it. Can you speak on that, Kaylee Marie?
Yes, it's Callie Marie.
So sorry about that.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I experienced that for the 15 years of my relationship with my ex-husband.
So out the gate, he just start paying all your bills. He went hard for
Yes,
you.
immediately.
Yeah.
Within 6 months, he bought me a brand new car.
Oof.
Keyword
He within
excited.
6 months we moved in together, so he started taking on the responsibility then. But even prior to that, he paid for everything. He wouldn't allow me to pay for anything.
Pay for the.
And that makes sense. That makes sense. So he was 20 years older than you. Is that the reason? And again, I'm not trying to get into your business. Is that the reason why you probably did divorce him? Is because it just wasn't what you wanted at that moment? But he was a good man at the end of the day.
He was. No, he was a good dude for sure. But we grew apart because of the 20-year gap. You know, I was still in my 20s, he was in his 40s. So we just were growing in two different directions. And we're actually still friends to this day.
Amazing. That's so amazing. So what y'all thoughts on that? I hear her say that.
They was growing in two different directions. Like he was going towards the light. He was going to see the Lord.
Mo. Oh my goodness. Katherine, please tell me
No,
what you think
I
about
think
this.
that people come into your life for a
Mhm.
certain period and they serve a purpose and then that's it. You know what I mean? And I feel like he served his purpose for you and then that's it. And you guys are still friends and so that's great. You know what I mean? That is possible. It's just like rare.
It's very rare. That's what I was gonna
No, it's
say.
Like
not.
I'm
Not
still
if you
trying
want
to figure out how to get along with my baby daddy.
If you want,
Let
if,
alone.
Let alone.
if you want them sugar daddy sites, you
But
will
I was gonna
find
say
them.
an older man, like if you do date an older man, they have this experience. They
I
have
do like it. I
yeah,
like dating an older man.
Yeah.
Not 20 years older, but like at least 10 or 15.
correct. Because they have just a little bit more structure
Listen,
and standards.
the thing is, if you're a young woman that has had a lot of experience,
Right.
like then you're gonna want someone who has just as much experience. And
Right.
a lot of times, men
Especially
they
our
mature a
ages.
little later.
They do.
Like
They're
I'm
very
not
much
gonna
in
lie. I'm sorry, Mo.
That's
yes.
fine. Look, I'm fine. Listen,
You're cool though now.
Yeah.
Like I
Listen.
think, but
You curving me and I ain't even shoot a shot. What's going on up here, yo? Y'all
No,
gotta
I
get
was-
tight, bro.
Yo.
Yo, what?
No, I'm not
wait.
saying you're shooting your shot at me, but like just letting you know that men do
And
mature
Miles,
later.
let's be honest. You're not like, you're not in your 20s. You're an older guy. So
I'm not nobody older guy.
But he looks like
I'm 33 years old. What?
but what I'm saying is you're in your 30s. So do you date women that's a little younger than you at all?
Hell no.
Okay.
I date them old bitches.
See, and they take care of your ass probably, huh?
I ain't saying no.
Exactly.
Oh,
let's go to
incriminate yourself.
Correct.
Incriminate yourself.
Let's go to the
I ain't
next
on a
clip.
podcast talking shit about my shit.
We're gonna go to this next clip. I want y'all to hear this.
Cause that's who pay the bills on the first date. These old bitches.
So could you share your man with somebody if he gave you everything you wanted?
I share these men for less because they gonna go cheat anyway.
They gonna go cheat anyway.
So if I know for sure that he's going to give me everything I wanted, I will voluntarily share. Because we involuntarily share these men all the time. They cheat. My man probably cheating as we speak. I don't give a damn. I'm working.
literally, like what I'm gonna do? Stop it?
Yeah, we don't stop it. I've been cheated on. You've been cheated on. You've been cheated on. The person who watching
And
this,
then,
the
you know
person who
what gets
comment
me?
about to get cheated on. If
Speak for yourself. No one's cheated on me that I know of. Everyone's been scared as hell to cheat on me because I am crazy.
Katherine.
Katherine,
Them niggas cheated, baby.
did you think that? Do you
I didn't know.
do you believe though that every man cheats? So just a question.
I believe that every man does go through like temptation and they have, some men are tempted. Some men don't want to cheat, but they're tempted and they can't like resist, like they just don't have self-control.
Mhm.
And yeah.
But when you
And
see a
there's
woman
all
like
different-
this speaking in those terms, like, look, as long as he paying all my bills, he making sure he take care of house and home and
If
kids,
he's messy
he could do
about
whatever
it,
he want to do.
no, if he's messy about it and he's disrespecting the home, he could go.
Right.
Don't stay in my house disrespecting me because I could be by myself.
Yeah.
But I could say that because I'm a bad bitch.
Right.
I don't know if everybody else could say that.
All I be saying.
Miles, how do you feel when you hear a woman like this say something out her mouth of this extreme?
I tuned her out, but no, she had a bonnet on, child. I'm not listening to that. She was mad. A woman with a bonnet talking like that, I know she mad. But no, yeah, this is just a microcosm into the bullshit that men have put ourselves in, right?
Mhm.
For so long, we've been trash human beings, and have only come to the table with the bare
Minimum,
necessities, which
yeah.
is paying a bill.
Mm-hmm.
So to have this young lady on there talking about, I would voluntarily share my man, for the bill to pay, I can't be mad at it. Like,
They doing it every
I
damn
just want
day.
I just want you to understand what you're giving up. And
Yeah.
that's what I would want the women in that position to understand what you're giving up. You're giving up a lot when you just sit there and say, "Oh, as long as this is done." Like, nah, what happened to respect for you as a person, respect for you as a woman? Like, what
Yeah.
happened to that? Like, I think
Where's your self-worth coming at?
and far be it from me as a man to
And
tell
then
a black woman what
diseases
herself.
too. You thinking about diseases? That's the
Yeah.
top thing that hit my mind. Like, he could go do what?
Yeah.
I mean, he gonna do at the end of the day, nigga gonna do what he wanna do regardless. I think it's just it says a bit more about what I think women or anyone should be looking for in a partner bigger than the low hanging fruit.
Correct.
The money, which is
Correct.
like the money.
Mhm.
Like instead of saying, "Hey, I want a man who's loyal, who's respectful, who's good with children, who's educated, has class." Like there's so many levels to a man than
Definitely.
just finance.
money.
Like money is just one aspect, but if a man has all those other qualities, he's gonna have money.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Because he has all those other qualities. He's
And if
educated.
he don't have the money yet, he's gonna go get
he's
that
gonna
money.
he's gonna get it.
Because I be having the qualities, child.
You
Ain't
got
no-
the
ain't always had the
quality.
money.
And don't always got the
I had
money.
the
But
quality. I ain't had
also,
money.
also that blocks the people that don't belong in your life. They won't even come near you because they're not ready to handle what you have to offer.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like that person will come when you're ready, and
And I think there's a maturity level to this too. So when I was younger, when I was 19, 20, 21, I think that was like, and again, she might be that age. I had that perspective, like, I want a rich man. Not to say I want him to cheat on me, but as long as he's taking care of everything,
Right.
like, what could I say? But now at 31 years old, I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm a boss ass bitch. Like you said, I don't need a man. I want a man at this point in my life. And with that want, I want respect. With that want, I want him to treat me like the queen that I know I am, know the self-worth that I have for myself. And I think that's why I'm single to this day, because I just haven't met all the qualities that I'm looking for.
Yeah, and it's okay to want all those qualities and not settle.
Not
Like
settle.
and
Alright,
this is how
all right.
We setting
All
ourselves
right.
up to be single for the rest of
All
our
right,
life.
you bitches gonna have some cats. Keep listening to Jasmine and Catherine. You gonna have some fucking cats.
No,
Wait.
no.
Oh,
No,
listen.
because there's like I don't know how many people in the world. There's somebody for everybody.
It
That
is.
ain't
You gonna
fucking
find the
yeah. And
match.
sometimes that everybody for somebody is double.
yo-
That nigga pulling a double shit.
The double shift. Let me go to my opinionator. Label me pretty _ She said, which is why I stay single. I can't deal with the unfaithful people. No amount of money in the world would make me accept this. Can you expand on this?
So pretty much like I've dealt with people, cheating on me for, most of my life, until I kind of gained my own self-respect. I know for a fact that I'm not going to deal with anybody who isn't faithful to me. I'm a very faithful person. I'm a very loyal person. So for me personally, like just because somebody has money, that doesn't give me it doesn't make me feel like I have to just deal with whatever somebody is going to do to me. I have too much respect for myself. I'd rather be alone. I'm cool with that. I make my own money. I do my own thing. I don't need somebody to disrespect me in that way in order to just have money. I think it's dumb.
When was the last time you was in New York?
It was actually last February.
Right around Valentine's Day. I'm thinking we should make that a thing.
Aw.
Oh,
He gonna fly you out. You
Lord
better fly her
Jesus.
out.
Girl, get your flight points on. Get your flight points on.
But
But let me ask you
He gonna fly
this.
you out. We gonna make sure he flies you out.
Let me ask you this though, guys. When a woman like again, I don't want to misconstrue your name. You said label me pretty. When she's sitting there and she's saying, I'll pay my own bills. I'm strong by myself. A lot of men find us as women when we say that we're too strong these days. We're acting like men. Oh, you don't need a man. Cool. We'll find somebody that needs a woman. What are y'all thoughts about that? Like,
I do feel like there has to be like a balance where a woman holds her own because you just never know. You can't depend on nobody, period. But still have the vulnerability to allow a man to be a man.
Correct.
And handle some shit. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like just, whether it's like carrying, a chair from one place, like whatever it is, let a man be a man. It's okay to let a man be a man. And if he messes up, that's on him. You know what I mean?
Because I like being strong. Like that's just in my DNA. I like to have control. I like to be strong. And again, I find myself being single because maybe I don't give that man or a man a chance to be a man in a situation. I don't think that I'm not necessarily allowing them to. I just need them to show me before I give them that permission to.
Right.
What?
If that makes sense. Does
No,
that make
it
sense?
don't make
It do. I'm
sense.
super strong. Like I don't know if I could trust somebody coming in my life
How
and
you know
telling
you
me
strong? How you know you strong?
they got my back or they could hold my
How you know you strong?
because I've been doing this shit for 12
Strong
years.
strength is a response.
Hmm.
Strength is not a character attribute. It is a response. Nobody in this room knows how strong they are until it is time to be tested.
Mm-hmm.
The natural state is to be B.
Yeah.
That is it.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
You don't find out how strong you are until you have to lift something. That means something was added to you, right?
Correct.
So being strong is not an attribute.
Mm-hmm.
It's a trauma response.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to find out who you naturally are, you have to release whatever you're holding up and being so strong.
That's true.
And
I got a bunch of trauma. You know that. It's a bunch of trauma under this beauty.
That's what I'm saying. For that, so whenever I hear women say, "Oh, I'm strong this and I'm strong that," you scared. You know how like niggas in the room. You know how niggas will be like, "Oh, bro, come on, you doing too much. You scaring the bitches away." When y'all up there talking about, I'm a strong, independent woman. You strong. You scaring the niggas away, sis. Like, relax.
Right.
Like, if a nigga fuck up, all right, hold him accountable. But until then, you gotta just be.
Well, that's what Ply said. So I'm gonna read what Ply said. I don't
ever want to agree with Ply.
Ply said, y'all Ply, you and Ply probably should be brothers.
Shit.
Ply said, I don't want no woman that moves, acts, and thinks like a man. Because if that's the case, you gonna be dating a man. Give me a woman that moves, acts, and thinks like a lady. I want mine to be what her driver license says, female.
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
A woman can be, assertive and, have control and still be a woman.
But we're in 2023, right? So you see a lot of CEO women. You see a lot of women that, they taking care of their kids and they not seeking stepdaddies. And, there's a lot of women holding their own weight these days. I see I'm bothering you, but it's real. So I think that this so-called 2020 aura.
How many CEO women are in active, healthy marriages? Numbers is down. How many CEO women are in active, happy relationships? Numbers is down. Why are all the CEO women the main ones?
They don't have kids. There's a lot of things.
There's a reason. There's a reason why.
Because you think we're acting like men.
You can't. Nah, I don't believe in that. Like, you can't act like a man. You either whatever you're doing is you either pushing me away or you pulling me to you. I don't get into the back and forth about, oh, you acting like a man, you acting like a woman. I don't get into that.
But isn't it a little bit attractive when a woman takes control?
No.
No?
Absolutely not.
Wow.
Well,
absolutely not.
I know some men that happen to disagree.
It's sexy to see a woman boss up. No, I think it's super sexy.
It's sexy I don't care nothing about that. Like, if you successful in your career, I love that. The problem is, the real problem is you don't know how to lead that shit at home. You the boss at home. When you come here, you my partner, right? Y'all say I want equality. I say I want a partner, right? So when you come home, be a partner. Lead the boss at home. The boss, you the CEO in there. And here, we the CEO. But you don't know how to act like that. Ooh,
you got me on that one. You got me.
Somebody.
I'm actually going to bring on I Am CJ Ryder.
Hey.
She said, personally, I prefer traditional gender roles in a romantic relationship. My man is the king and I follow his lead. But teach his own. Do what works for your relationship. Talk to me, CJ.
Yeah, I do prefer traditional gender roles. I think what to bounce off what you said about being strong, it's a response to becoming accustomed to dealing with fuckboys and niggas who just don't add up, and that comes from a lack of discernment with choosing between who you give your energy to. You get what I'm saying? So it's like if you've been hurt so much because you weren't discerning enough, and I won't say discerning enough because it's not like really somebody's fault or whatever. It's just like, as women, we are given this little fairy tale dream life from childhood, like to, you know what I'm saying, to think of men in a fairy tale aspect. So we romanticize people when we meet them instead of determining the character of the person, we fall in love with words instead of judging them by their actions. And then we get attached, and then you end up being in love with a fuckboy who you know what I'm saying, who can't lead
Can't
you.
let
So
go,
you have to be
right.
discerning. So with
Right.
me in my relationships, when I'm getting to know a person, I don't romanticize it. I categorize as a friend first. Is this you know what I'm saying? And I judge by a person's character. Like, is he honest? Is he, you know what I'm saying? Is he respectful towards people, not just me, but other people? So it's different things that I look for. And because of that, when I choose a man, I'm choosing someone who I trust to lead me. And so I give him that role in my life as my king, and I allow him to be the man. And even though I am I'm fully self-sufficient. I grew up, my parents were on crack, so I had to learn how to take care of myself. But I allow him to take care of me, and it just so happens that I attract men who want to provide for me, who want to do for me, because in my relationships, I have a spirit of serving.
So let me ask you this. Has ever in your life your independence felt like it was being taken away because your man was leading so much? Like he literally, like you gave up so much of your life to make sure that he was good that you found you losing yourself in it.
Well, I don't really lose myself in relationships, but like I am Callie Marie. When I was in my 20s, I lived my previous life. I was a stripper, so I attracted men who wanted to take me out of strip club. Like, girl, you ain't got to do none of this. I'll do that. And I did become involved with a man who was like that. And he was very controlling. He wanted to do everything. And the first night I met him, he was like, give me all of your bills. Put your bills in my mailbox and I will pay them. He started paying my bills immediately.
Wow.
But with that came control. He wanted to be very controlled. He wanted to tell me what to do, when to do, how to do. You get what I'm saying? He didn't even want me to go to work.
Yeah.
So yeah. But in my current relationship, it's not like that. I allow him to lead, and he doesn't try to control me. He's just the man. And I
Love
respect
it.
him as the man.
Read the book. That nigga is a lucky nigga. Go ahead, CJ Ryder.
That goes and that brings me into our next topic. DJ Mustard ex-wife Chanel Tahiri, she reported seeking over $80K in monthly child support from DJ Mustard.
How many kids they got?
They have 3. Leah Galore wrote, and I'll quote, "And it kills me when men say she could get a job. We don't know what was sacrificed. This lady may have put her whole life, dream, career on hold to raise children while he chased his dream. And now he want to throw her to the wolves. This is disgusting, and most time is how it happens." She went on to say, also, if she was with him broke, sleeping in garages, couches, surfing, and signing that prenup, she can't be too money hungry. She believed in him and their marriage. What she's asking for is fair. She really shouldn't be clowned because the cost of living in LA, baby. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, she's right. She's probably get more than that.
She should get more than
I
that.
think-
But DJ Mustard is giving his ex-wife a hard time.
That's so messed up because when you look at somebody like Kim Kardashian, who's getting, I don't know, she's getting a lot of money for 4 kids but she's already rich.
Her lifestyle is rich, right?
And I feel, and her lifestyle is rich, but she also makes, like, she's a billionaire. I don't know if she's
And
a
she didn't
billionaire.
give up her dreams either. When you think about DJ Mustard's wife, they've been together since college.
Yeah.
How much did she really hold this man down throughout his entire career? They were together for 11 years before they got married. Got married for 18 months, and then he divorced her and doesn't want to give her anything.
No, he got to give us something.
He got to give her something. So that's the thing about being independent as a woman for me. It's like, how much do you really truly
Discernment.
give up?
I go back to what Shorty just said, discernment, right? Like there was
Well, they were kids. when they
11
went-
years though?
Nah,
What is discernment about
you've
that?
seen in 11 years, you've seen some shit that would let you know this nigga would leave you high and dry if you did something to end up on his bad side. There's this a lot of niggas got this good and bad side with them, right? And so even that's term I use intentionally when I say you end up on his bad side. Cause a real nigga, there ain't gonna be no bad side. A real nigga, hey, listen, this didn't work, or hey, this happened. I got you. Like,
Right.
boom. Like that lady gave you 3 beautiful kids. Y'all married for however long something happened. 11 years. At 11 years, you was at a low
She
point.
gave up her
and she
20s, early 30s. That's a
fuck all
lot.
that. She gave up her body. She almost died. She offered to die 3 times
Yes.
in order to bring your big ass head kids into this world.
Correct.
Give it a come on, man. Like,
But this goes back to me saying this independent woman situation
Yeah.
for me. It's like, how much as a woman do you give up to see your man's dreams come true. Because for me personally, it's like, why couldn't they both follow their dreams? But I can imagine DJ Mustard was like, look, I need you to stay home. I got you.
Yeah, because it's hard to balance like family and a career. And so if both of the parents are doing it at the same time, the kids are going to just suffer because two parents are following two very demanding careers, whatever that may be. But yeah, I think that she should have just kept pursuing whatever it is that she was passionate about while being a mother.
We
A
don't
lot
know
of
that she
mothers do.
did that though, right? Like these two people met. They two people met what in the hood in college. Like unfortunately, you know,
But clearly he's making more money than her, right? So it's a lifestyle that she was living with him. That regardless of what she's
Listen,
doing,
man,
she can't keep up
Listen,
by herself with
you
her
got
3 kids.
3 kids, and this woman risked her life 3 times. Like, I don't know if niggas really like niggas be like think I be dragging it when I be talking about this. Like, if you look at these mortality rates among black women when giving birth, shit is insane.
Insane.
So it's like, yo, she did that 3 times to give you some
Mm-hmm.
kids. Boy, do the right thing. Like, that's really all this talking about shit. We be giving it more than what it really deserves. Niggas just gotta do the right thing, and if they don't, we gotta ostracize them point blank.
Period. And for women, for me, to Chanel, or to any
Yeah.
woman out there, always find your independence.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing. I do want to go to I Am Lady T. She said, we got to stop putting our careers on hold to take care of home. If you're doing that, better have a prenup in place to ensure you are good if things don't work out. Can you expand on that?
Yes, so I am not opposed to, him giving her 80K a month. I just think as women, we put our lives on hold too much to take care of home, to take care of the family. I didn't grow up here, so I grew up in West Africa. So my mom had a man, but I always saw her own her own business. So that is drilled in me when it comes to having my own. I just think there should be a balance. If there's anything you're able to outsource when it comes to your kids, like a nanny, if you get to that point where you can afford that, you should. But to completely put your life on hold, I think it just hurts women in the long run. Too many times we see they're going through a divorce. Then you have to ask for child support. You have to ask for spousal support. If your man is in a position where he's able to provide, do something. Have a little business on the side. I'm not married. I'm getting there, but in my current relationship, we're in a building stage. So we have a home together. We're engaged and we're going in business together. My name is on the house.
It better be.
And
Right.
the business, we have lawyers involved. We have the percentage split between us. I think that's how it should be. You got to protect yourself from the beginning because in the beginning, we're all in love, but you don't want to plan for it to be bad, but you just never know. We all grow, we all change. You don't know if you will end up together 10 years from now. So it's sad that you have to plan for that from the beginning, but I think you always have to. And you have to be selfish. As women, we have to be selfish to look out for ourselves in the beginning. So, in the end, we're not the one hurting. That's really how I feel about that.
Absolutely. GG89 XO, she said, this is why all that ride or die shit is dead. And man, she did.
She right.
She right. And man, who is at his wits would absolutely show you who he is when he's up. I know us as women like to hold our man down, but baby, many will act up when they're up. Focus on you and your goals. Let him get his shit out the mud on his own. Speak to me about this.
Absolutely. I come from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You heard big Brooklyn shit. You heard?
you know what I'm saying? Bed-Stuy to be exact. Like St.
You
James
heard?
downstairs from Biggie Smalls.
Okay.
No more ride or die.
You know what I mean? So basically what I'm saying is a nigga gonna always show you, and I want to talk on discernment. You know what I'm saying? There's little clues from the beginning to let you know what a nigga really on. Like one that come out the gate just starting doing this shit for you. I don't want to use this word too much because it's used too much. Narcissism. Dead that. Like, I don't want you to show me what you're going to do for me because I could do for me. That shit don't move me. And I'm not going to act like I've been like this since I was a kid or since I was fucking started dating or whatever. But at the same time, you learn. Like, when a nigga is down, y'all niggas is mad mean when emotions is not motioning. I'm not putting nothing down. I'm not stopping what I got going on. And if you're not stopping what you got going on, the key factor to see what a nigga really on is if I'm telling you, yo, I'm gonna support you. But at the same time, I got this going on. If a nigga get mad, cut that nigga off.
Right.
Cut him off.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can't talk like I'm a man, but at the same time,
You sound like it.
I'm gonna support my nigga regardless.
Right.
gonna support my nigga regardless. But at the same time, nigga, I was building something before you, and I'm gonna build after you. So if I'm handling my handle, and you got a problem with me handling my handle, yeah, you're no good.
You see how she hit that shoulder lean?
I love it.
Brooklyn shit.
As far as DJ Mustard and Chanel, I don't really know too much about what they got going on. Like, I was just under the comments, like, see, this is why y'all bitches need to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not putting that on the back burner, because at the same time, a nigga gonna always show you what he not on. Like,
Yeah.
for instance, if you
But after 11 years, though, you talking about somebody, he got 11 years, 3 kids.
absolutely, because you know why? You train a nigga how to treat you. You train a nigga how to treat you.
That's a fact.
She just want a roughneck nigga on the tongue. She just want to semi-automatic with the drum.
Feel me? Shout out to Lola Brooke, but at the same time, it's just like a nigga gonna show you what he on. I don't give a fuck. I'm sure they have plenty of arguments. I'm sure the nigga probably left the crib mad times with her and the kids. I'm sure he probably left her at events and shit like that because he threw a little tantrum. Like, he showed you. So 11 years, you have to, and I'm not no pick me, but you have to take that and be like, oh, this nigga on XYZ, save a little up. You know what I mean? Like, what she's asking for is not too much. If you build a lifestyle before you stop fucking with a nigga, that price still there. You know what I'm saying? Like, inflation is going on.
Listen.
They got a private school that they go to. So payments need to be paid. Like, DJ Mustard kids go to public school 13. Like, what? They was in school already. They already know their teachers. So absolutely, she should get that payment. But at the same time, ladies, stop putting y'all shit on the back burner for these niggas, because
they not doing it for us.
They not.
And that's logical. That's the difference between men and women. Men are very logical. They're going to do shit for who they want to do it for, and that's the way it goes. Us women, we romanticize. We feel like, oh, he's the knight in shining armor. You know what I'm saying? It's the fairy tale story. Niggas are logical. If I don't fuck with that bitch, really, I'm going to play with her.
Right. So, you heard her. Let's speak on it.
She had the big gator energy.
She's basically saying at a certain point, you have to take accountability for the things that happen to you.
Absolutely.
So I feel like, yeah, I do agree with that statement, but I also agree that he should be giving her like $100K a month.
Correct.
Per child.
And again, I go back to her saying,
that, what is it, $300K a month?
$100K.
Yeah, that's what Kim's getting. So why she can't get that?
Kim getting a little more than that, I
What
feel
is
like.
she getting, like,
She might be getting, Kim getting
whatever
paid.
Kim getting, she needs to get.
Right, period.
Equal for everybody, like for all mothers.
Correct.
They in the same industry. DJ Mustard, Kanye West, they making.
Yeah, but they
DJ Mustard is not making definitely not making the same money as Kanye. Yeah, they definitely don't have the same money.
I don't know the business side of the music industry,
but she just made it for me. She made a strong point. Regardless of what your man doing, just make sure you good in the midst of this.
Yeah,
I want to hit this last comment from our opinionator. SS Square Artistry. She said that's why women should have their own, but in the same breath, men don't like independent women. Shaking my damn head. We just can't win, and shit is trifling. Oh, tiring. Sorry about that. Tiring. Speak to me about this.
So I will never forget that movie, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, when the Black woman helped lift that guy up and then kicked her out of her own home. And I'm just like, women have to have their own stuff, because at the end of the day, like, some men don't care. They really don't care. And in comments, I see men talking about, oh, independent women are so hard, they're so tough-headed. And then women go on to talk about men that want money. And they get mad. They say, oh, this woman's a gold digger. But you guys hate gold diggers, but you guys hate independent women. So I'm just like, I don't understand what they want from us at the end of the day. Like, I'm very confused.
Mouse.
What the fuck? Why everybody look at me?
Because you're the only man. What do men want? Do they want the independence, or do they... You know,
so here we go. It's very simple. Like we gonna chop all this down. The segment not even gonna be that long. Ready? Balance. Balance. That's
the hardest thing in life for everyone. Though, but it's that hard.
So we don't want an independent woman. Yeah, because what are you saying? You say I'm an independent woman. It sound good on song. It look good on Instagram captions. But what are you really saying? I'm an independent woman. I don't need you. I want you. No, bitch, need me. Fuck wrong with you? Like, no, you don't need me back. So I'm gonna go over here. Somebody need me. So no, we don't want an independent woman. And then what's the other?
Gold digger.
No, nobody wants a gold digger. Like, y'all like on two opposite extremes. So there's no way for niggas to live in the middle. Like, women who say this shit, like, for real, shorty, what's her name? I don't want to be disrespectful. What's her name?
Her name is
Squared
Artistry.
Square Artistry. She sounded crazy just now. Like, no, we don't want gold diggers. And no, we don't want independent women. We want women that got their own motion. But when you meet us, we do this together. You not on my neck like no, you know how to be my woman to me. You get what I'm saying? Like there's like we only operate on these two extremes, and that shit is so nuts. Like what she said did not sound unfamiliar to me. I've heard women say it time and time again. You don't want this why you gotta be independent. This why you gotta go be a gold digger. What's wrong with you bitches? And all both sides of those bitches end up with cat.
Can we?
That's the problem.
First of all, let's call them women.
No, I don't know these bitches.
Well, can I say something? I agree with you. I think there should be balance. Like, for example, last night, I made a soup for my man. That's me being like a woman, right? Like catering and stuff and being sweet because he was sick. I made him a soup.
I'm actually disgusted.
But on the other end, I didn't stay there all night to take care of him. I have things to do. I got work to get done today. It's a busy day for me. So that's balance. So he knows I love him. He knows that I'm there for him.
You still gotta go get your bag.
And I still gotta go get mine. And
hope the soup was
he
cold.
asked me if I need it. He's like, do you need money to travel? And I'm like, yeah, actually I do. You know what I'm saying? Send it. Thank you. I didn't ask for it though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And if you did, it's nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, there is nothing wrong with it. But I think there's like a way to ask too. You don't just blatantly ask men for money all the time. Like, let me get this, let me get that. It sounds like a beggar. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you don't want to be a beggar.
You
don't want to be a beggar. You just want to be somebody like, if I can count on you, I want to know that I can count on you, but I don't need you.
Love that. Love
you know
that.
What I mean?
Being an independent woman is not just a label. It's a way of life. It's about having the strength and confidence to take control of your own life and make your own decisions. It's about being able to provide for yourself. It's about being able to stand on your own 2 feet and face the world with grace and resilience. But it's also important to remember that being independent doesn't mean being alone. We all need the support and love of others in our lives, and that's where interdependence comes in. It's about building strong and healthy relationships with others where we can rely on each other for support and encouragement. If your man has your back and takes care of you, I'm sincerely happy for you. Just make sure you're good too, sis, because life happens. And most importantly, it's about demanding respect, dignity, and honor, not just for ourselves, but for each other. Being an independent woman is a journey of self-discovery, self-love, and self-empowerment. And it's something to be celebrated and embraced by everyone. I want to thank my opinionators and also my guests, Katherine Nunes and Mouse Jones. Please drop y'all social media so everybody can find y'all.
Katherine K. Nunez on all social media platforms.
At Independent Woman. No, just one. Mouse Jones on everything.
Each and every one of you has an opinion and it matters, or maybe it doesn't. I pray regardless that this conversation opens your mind to more than just your opinion. I'm Jahze Yvette, and I'll see you next episode on Too Many Opinions.